how can I say this politely? Natural beauty and aging naturally is bullshit at worst and a myth at best. Let me explain. Pay very close attention to what I'm about to tell you, because if you are a woman who has ever felt completely frustrated or befuddled about beauty and aging, and whether or not the standards around those things actually fit your ideals and values, you're going to want to watch this video. My intention is to give you a transmission of liberation. So whatever path you choose on beauty and aging, you never have to feel guilty or shame about your choices again. In this video, we're going to unpack the myth of natural beauty, why it's so dangerous, and how you can set yourself free to live how you want to live and become any kind of woman you want to be at any age. And make sure you stay to the end, because we're going to break it down and I'll tell you exactly why and how the natural aging path may be so dangerous and actually make you uglier. So get cozy and stay on your toes, because this is gonna be a juicy one, and I welcome your comments below. Do you agree with me? Do you vehemently oppose me? Whatever it is, be kind and share your opinion. I would love to hear it. No matter which camp you currently fall in, whether it's the natural beauty camp or the facelift camp, you are welcome here. I am for you. My agenda is not to convince you to be on one side or the other. My intention is to set you free from other people's opinions. Space to just do you. Because if we can't embrace our own preferences as we get older, what good is getting older for? This is our opportunity to redefine true beauty on our own terms. And each one of us gets that gift and has that responsibility for ourselves. We've all heard the mantra, embrace your natural beauty, embrace aging. More and more we're getting the message that we should let our gray hair grow out, we should stop with the Botox and fillers, and we should age naturally. But who's to say what natural is? What does it mean to age naturally? Yes, the pressure to maintain a youthful appearance is immense, and society's standards of beauty and all the messaging we get around beauty often plays a role around how we think of ourselves and how we choose to spend our money. But let's be real and let's unpack this. The real expectation is that you should look young without any intervention. You should be beautiful effortlessly. There is a lot of pressure to look good and to not have any procedures done. In fact, in this video right here, where I was celebrating the fact that we can age in reverse by the power of our mind, which I do believe we can do, but of course it's not gonna be the same as a facelift. But basically, one of the comments I received insinuated that because I've gotten Botox, I'm somehow disqualified or discredited for teaching women how to use the power of their imagination to facilitate their attractiveness and how they're aging. Well, I'm of the camp that we should use all the tools available to us, whatever tool is appealing to us, whether that's our inner world tools or the outer technological advancements. I'm of the camp that let's use everything that works. Interestingly, in that same video, I also received negative comments saying because I have jowls, I have no right to teach women how to age in reverse because I obviously am not aging in reverse. To which I wanted to say, well, you should have seen my jowls before, I bit my tongue and directed my energy elsewhere. But you see the problem that we can't win. And so many women face this, that whether we choose to get work done or to age completely naturally, there's always going to be someone who has an opinion. And the only opinion that matters is your own. This is the freedom that I want to give you. Stop judging other women. Stop policing other women. And if anyone has ever policed you, just let it go. It's always a reflection of what's going on in someone's inner world. It's never a reflection of you. There's so much vitriol that gets spewed out women to women. And this is the biggest problem. It's not if you choose to age naturally. It's not if you choose to get Botox and fillers or a facelift. The problem is judgment. Judgment is so ugly. Judgment is the danger. Judgment is dangerous and can absolutely lead to an inner ugliness that detracts from a woman's overall beauty and radiance. Being judgmental has mental health risks, it creates spiritual disconnection, it creates social division, it breeds negativity, and it stifles personal growth. Jesus warned against being whitewashed tombs. When we focus solely on outward appearances but neglect what's going on in here, the heart's true condition, that's a problem. Here's the thing I find dangerous, is when we assume that somebody's choices around how they age has anything to do with their worth as a human being. Is a woman in her 50s with good bone structure, blessed with great genetics, who appears beautiful, superior to a woman in her 50s who wasn't blessed with the same genetics and has chosen to get work done? Is one of those women more deserving of feeling beautiful than the other? Of course not. But that's how we treat each other, and it's so ugly. Both women want to feel beautiful. Society teaches us that if we can't maintain our looks naturally, we are somehow less worthy, less deserving of love or respect. Too often, we see women who choose to pursue aesthetic procedures face ridicule or shame. This notion falsely elevates those who appear classically beautiful and youthful without effort, creating a divide among us. But we need to challenge these narratives. Women deserve to feel beautiful and empowered no matter what personal choices they make about their appearance or aging. Whether they decide to embrace the aging process as is, hands off, or to pursue enhancements, respecting a woman's power of choice is a beautiful thing and will make you more beautiful. The more grace and acceptance you give to others, the more grace and acceptance you will have yourself. The unexamined judgment of others is often a reflection of your own shadow, what you haven't allowed yourself to fully embrace or explore. I remember my biggest fear when I chose to get a little nose tweak. My biggest fear was that someone from my audience, a client, a student would misunderstand me. I got this email from a woman who used to be a student of mine, and her email was filled with so much anger about how I had let her down, how my choice to get a nose job discredited everything I had ever taught her about feminine wholeness. In her email, she said that she had always wanted to get a nose job, but felt that it was too vain to do so. She criticized me for being a leader in the space of feminine empowerment and said how I do not deserve to be there because of the choices that I made around my appearance. Now, this was literally my worst fear, and when it happened, it turned into the biggest gift. First, I felt that flood of shame and pain that I had let her down, that I had disappointed her, that something I did caused another woman pain. I sat with that, I felt it all, and then from the stillness, something else emerged. I so wanted that nose tweak. I chose that little nose tweak from a very aligned place. My message around feminine wholeness was about the ability to trust yourself, to trust what lights you up, and to be unapologetically who you are. That is real self-love in my world, not abiding by any sort of beauty standards or certain way of being a woman. Wholeness is unique to each one of us. Do not let anybody tell you what it means to be natural or whole. That is between you, your body, and your soul, and you get the gift of going on that journey to discover who you are and what it is that your soul is here to experience. Now, truth be told, part of what made that email so difficult was that I was struggling to accept my nose at that time. I was expecting more of a tiny tweak, and for me, it was a bigger change than I was prepared for. So I didn't really like my new nose, which made it even harder because I had spent all this money, undergone surgery, and I was uncomfortable with the results. Getting my nose job wasn't willy-nilly. I did a lot of introspection before the surgery, but it was after the surgery that I needed to dig even deeper. So I meditated, I prayed, and this is what came from the silence, a voice from my own soul saying, how cool is it that we get to live in one life with two different faces? She got a kick out of that idea. She loved it. It delighted her. She wasn't hung up about which nose was better or worse, the nose that we are born with or the nose that we had now. She just thought it was so cool that we got to live in one life with two different noses, two different looks. My soul is all about novel experiences. I've learned that after 44 years. My point is, we can't ever assume what is spiritual and what is not spiritual, or what is natural and what is not natural. Because what is spiritual and natural for one woman may not be what's spiritual and natural for you. You get to go on an adventure to fall in love with who you really are. Contrary to popular opinion, what if true self-love and self-acceptance was getting so deep and intimate with your own soul that you trusted her to guide you for your own beauty decisions, for how you want to age? Regardless of the choice you make about your appearance, what matters is that you feel good. That's the only thing that matters. How does this choice make you feel about yourself? Embracing authenticity, going deep in here, getting to know your true self, spending time reconnecting and regaining trust and intimacy with your own soul gives you such freedom. It will not only break you free from your past and the programming that you received growing up, It'll also break you free from the current societal expectations, whatever the flavor of the day is, whether it's get the Botox and the fillers or let your hair grow out gray. You don't have to struggle between societal expectations and your own personal desires anymore. Never have to feel inadequate or that self-doubt again. In my journey of beauty and aging, I've faced the harsh judgments of other people's opinions about my personal choices. Yet every single time, it was a gift, and I found empowerment in owning my decisions. I am a woman who has given herself so much permission to express beauty and womanhood however I choose, and I give myself permission to change all the time. And that's my strongest encouragement to you. Give yourself permission to be any kind of woman you desire to be. Let that become an affirmation and a mantra. I am a woman who gives herself permission to be any kind of woman I desire to be. You can change day to day, year to year, season to season. The older we get, the more opportunity we get to redefine beauty on our own terms. The younger generations are begging us to do so. The freedom we forge for ourselves is the freedom we can pass on to them. Because truth be told, there are bigger issues to focus on. We do not need to waste our breath or our precious energy policing each other or ourselves. It does not matter if you choose the path of natural beauty or if you invest in a facelift. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Remember, you can trust what lights you up. How you look and how you age, what lights you up leads you home, back to soul, and soul is the most beautiful thing about you. Mwah.